Street Fighter 4, Capcom's latest installment in this long-running series for the PlayStation 3. Here's my review for this game. Hope you enjoy it.
Super Street Fighter 4!
Street Fighter has enjoyed a very long run over the years, from 1980s, if my memory serves correctly. From the 1980s, Street Fighter has been going. Their very first Street Fighter game was very buggy. Although it didn't seem to be very popular in the United States. It seemed to be popular in Japan and other places around the world. And so Capcom continued the series with Street Fighter 2, which we all know was a instant hit, with Ken and Ryu. Then you had Street Fighter, the new Street Fighter 2, the new challenger, Street Fighter 2 Turbo, etc., etc. Now we've gotten up to Street Fighter 4. Super Street Fighter 4. As you know, Capcom has a very bad habit of releasing Street Fighter games in stages, I guess. So you would have the first game. So for example, Street Fighter 4, it came out, there was a certain amount of characters, and then afterwards Super Street Fighter 4 came out, and from the looks of it, there's going to be a new Street Fighter game, Super Street Fighter 4 whatever, with the likes of everybody else in the game. And so the question will be soon, will it be its own standalone game, or will it be downloadable upgrade of this Super Street Fighter 4? But anyway, this is the review for Super Street Fighter 4. Let's have a look at the case. As you can see, the case is very nice. It was done very well on the PlayStation 3. Although you do have some old characters, Ryu, Ken, Chun-Li, Guile. Then you have Adon, who you haven't seen him for a while. Well, me personally, I haven't seen him for a while. My last Street Fighter game, arcade game, was Street Fighter Alpha, so that was quite a long ways back, and so I haven't seen him in a very long time. Then you have this new person here who I don't know who she is. Well, that's a lie. I know who she is now, but seeing her for the first time, I didn't have a clue who she was. Don't know nothing about her, so there you go. Super Street Fighter 4 has two new characters that weren't present in in the regular Street Fighter 4, so they've actually added them to Super Street Fighter 4. Anyway, let's have a look on the back. In the back, you have some more characters. You have Cody from Final Fight. Final Fight? I think it's Final Fight. You have Sagat, Adon, and then you have that mysterious lady again. Let's open this up. And then you have the same images again, really. If you look, that's the manual. It looks exactly like the front cover. That's the CD. Looks exactly like the front cover. It would have been nice if Capcom would have made some kind of differences to these things. I mean, they use the same. I mean, no, it's not a big deal, but it looks exactly like the cover. There's no inside graphics or anything like that, which some people don't care, but it would have been nice. It would have been a nice touch if Capcom would have done that. Anyway, let's get onto the game. Right, so let's start the game. From what the first time I played this game, I played it in HMV. I was working for about 2 weeks in December. Unfortunately, I'm not working at the moment. It was only a temporary job for 2 weeks, but I was working at this place, and it was in Oxford Street. And so the big HMV down there. I used to go there for just to look out gifts that I can buy for people for Christmas. And anyway, they had the Xbox version of Super Street Fighter 4 hooked up with 2 arcade sticks, and so that was the very first time I actually played Super Street Fighter 4 in HMV. I used to go there. I used to come to work early just so I could go to HMV and practice, as I haven't played a Street Fighter game in almost a decade, and so it's been quite a long time. Anyway, so yeah, I used to go there, and then during lunchtime I would go there. My lunchtime was hour long, and so for 45 minutes I would go play. There's other people that you could play against as well, and so and then for the last 15 minutes I would rush, get my food, and go back to the office. After work I would go there sometimes as well, and so you had varying degrees of players every day. Obviously every day I'm playing it, and so I'm actually every day I would get a little bit better. Not really that good, but I would get better than the day before. And I would learn new moves and things like that. There were people that were easy, there were people that were extremely hard to fight against. Anyway, so but yeah, that's the very first time I played Super Street Fighter 4. I enjoyed it very much. As you can see, you have your arcade mode, which is your standard story mode type thing. You have your versus mode, which is obviously you against another player, or a computer against a computer, or you against a computer, whatever. You have a network battle, which is the online gaming mode, which basically you go in it and you can fight anybody around the world, which is quite good. I heard that in Street Fighter 4, the regular version, the one before this, that the online mode, either it didn't have one or it was very bad. I'm not too sure, as I don't have it. But yeah, I heard that it wasn't rated highly at all, but this one has been. I like it very much. I haven't tried the ranked match. I'm not too sure what that is. I think it's basically your world standing, but as I said, I haven't tried it, so there you go. Yeah, it's very nice, very nice. Then you have challenge, and what it is in challenge mode, basically, you pick a player and then you complete challenges. So basically it's a good way to get introduced to the game. If you have never played a Street Fighter game, going into the challenge mode is the best way to learn moves. You have these loading pauses. It's annoying. You know, to be honest with you, I mean, the loading time is it's like what, a second, 2 seconds. It's not very long, but it does get a bit annoying. You just want to get straight into it really quickly, and there's that loading, that momentary pause that's a bit annoying. Training, the training mode is basically you just trying out your moves, seeing what works, things like that. Before I start, right, so in Super Street Fighter 4, you have Juri and Hakan. Those are the two new characters which were introduced in Super Street Fighter 4, well, not Street Fighter 4. I've never played with them. I've only seen Juri being played once, and she is quite cool. So anyway, let's go back out. Right, then you have your player data, which is basically it's your records. You can put different things and what have you, anyway. And then you have your options. Lastly, you have your options: button config, sound settings, screen settings, install game data onto the hard drive. I'm not too sure exactly what that does. I'm assuming that once you install it onto the hard drive, that it makes the loading time faster. So maybe if I was to do that, there wouldn't be any loading at all. I'm not too sure. I don't know. I don't want to do it. I can't be bothered. And so there you go. All right, let's get into the game itself. Right. At the moment, Ken is not my favorite player. I have, as I said, I was playing with him in the HMV, and he does not seem to be as fast as he used to be, unfortunately. So the people that I do play with Ken. I know most of Ken's moves. I'm not too good on the combos because obviously, you know, it's been many years, and so I need to get back on. But the people I play with now are Ken, Ibuki, Makoto, and Akuma. Now, you know, Akuma's Akuma. Everybody plays with Akuma, but you know, that's that. So Right, let's talk about the graphics first of all. It's the graphics are very nice step up from what they used to be. I know the game before this was Street Fighter Third Strike, I think, something like that. I know that was mostly 2D, and although this has a 3D-ish look to it, it's not actually 3D. It's not like you put on glasses and things are popping out the screen and things like that. So, but it's very, the character models are good. The background, there's a lot of activity going on in the background. Right, let's talk about the gameplay. As usual, it's a Street Fighter game. Street Fighter games are notorious for very good gameplay. Super Street Fighter 4 is going to be and will most definitely be using gaming tournaments and things like that. So, you know, the gameplay extremely, you will have fun. You will have fun. There's a variety of moves, a variety of people, you know, different characters. You know, it is just so many things that you can get into when you talk about the gameplay. But the gameplay is excellent. I don't have a problem with it. I know sometimes people will say, oh, this character is like this and this character used to be better. Some people will complain, you know, Akuma, what happened to him? He used to be so good and now he's not that good, and oh, this person. I mean, personally, you know, Ken is slower than he used to be. That's just my observation. But then again, I'm talking about from like Alpha. I don't know about Third Strike and all of that. I haven't really played them. And I guess that's the end of the review. Yeah, if you can afford it, I would suggest you actually get Super Street Fighter 4. You never know, you might be able to fight me on it. Again, I'm not that good, but there you go. It's a very good game to have if you play a lot of fighting video games. It's a nice addition to the fighting genre. You have multiple styles of multiple fighting styles there. There's a lot of, it's not just button mashing, although you can do it. There is a lot of strategy that can go into the game as well. It is a thinking man's game, or thinking person's game, whatever. So, you know, there's a lot of tactics and things that you can use. You don't always have to use it, but you can use. You know, so I suggest you get the game. I paid £20 for my game, but then again, I bought it with, I paid £20 at HMV for my game. HMV were doing this deal where it's something like you buy two, get two for £20, 2 games for £20. And so I bought this for myself, and I paid £20 for it, and then I bought a game for someone else as a Christmas present, which was £20. Yeah, it's quite a good deal. It was quite a good deal. I did see some other fighting video games which I was quite interested in, but you know, I really wanted to get Super Street Fighter 4 as I've been playing it for 2 weeks straight in HMV. Yeah, and that's the end of my review. Hope you enjoy it. Later.